Hi there, my name is Ewan. You all know me as Cablingham on YouTube, and I'm taking a break from bringing you, fairly subpar, fairly subpar film productions, which, may I add, were all made with a budget of zilch. I'm taking a break from that to bring you this topical rant about violence in video games. Now, a good starting point, which is I've been looking over these videos, rants and news recordings and stuff like that, and one figurehead which seems to stand out above everyone else is Jack Thompson. He's an American lawyer who's taken a one-man, crusade against computer games. He blames the ratings board and the computer games industry itself on marketing these games to children, which is complete bollocks, because the game industry makes these games with a targeted audience in mind, which is for the more violent games, as mature audiences and adult audiences. And the ratings board, which in America is ESRB and in the United Kingdom is PEGI. Sorry, that's going to look backwards on tape, but I don't have a mirror, so. Actually, in the United Kingdom we have two. We have the PEGI, which is the one that I've shown you before, and we have the more official one, which is the BBFC, which is used for both movies and computer games. It's all one board in this country. Now, the ratings board makes these games, they play them. Jack Thompson says they don't play them enough. I think they play these games enough to get an impression of what's in them, the violence and the other mature content that's in them. And you don't have to play the full game to realise that. You can see where this game's going. You can see there's going to be violent and possibly sexual content in it, so you adjust the rating to affect that. And yet he goes on and on and on and on and on. Seriously, any popular game which is coming out, he will go on a rant about it. First it was Grand Theft Auto, then it was Manhunt, then it was San Andreas when it came out, and more recently Halo 3. Come on, Halo 3 is about fighting aliens, right? Aliens, the military's not using Halo as a sniper training thing, unless you're training them against enemies which are going to be going war. And it's like, you go there and says, oh my god, it's an alien, get him! They're not doing that. And it's people like him who, when these massacres happen, these really tragic things, Columbine, the Virginia Tech shootings, things like that, he'll go on and on. He'll blame it on something, anything which happens. And I've noticed something as well. Anytime a popular game comes out, some killing happens which he manages to blame it on. There's a Washington shooting, something he managed to blame it on Halo. The Virginia Tech shootings blamed it on Counter-Strike and Half-Life. It's actually quite funny because sometimes he even, goes up to fuck himself in the ass with his own comments. Like completely owns himself. Makes himself look like a complete idiot. And yeah, he gets on about stores like Walmart and places like that selling these games to young children, where, admittedly, yeah, that kind of thing does happen. You get the store clerk who doesn't really give a damn about his job, customer's a customer, stuff like that. He won't check for ID even though his job's right, even over here, I have managed to purchase games underage. And, yeah. But, I was mature enough at the time to deal with it properly, because my parents brought me up that way. Which brings me to my next point. Parents will go on and on and on about, our children aren't protected against the violence in these things. Where really the technology is increased so much that you really can't use that excuse anymore. Consoles have parental control on them, which you can set yourself as you can set passwords. you know? And as long as you're not stupid enough to actually tell your child the password, then, you know, there's no excuse for them to be playing these violent games. And, you know, we'll have more advanced ways of seeing, and even as a technology to make the gore and violence more realistic, the technology to prevent these things getting to young children will increase as well. But, you know, things will still get out, you know. But it's gotten to the stage where people are just picking stuff up to, you know, just fling an argument, you know, get noticed, you know. The Wii Zapper is the most recent one, because it looks like a gun. People are going about saying, you know, teaching our kids to shoot. What can we do to protect? There's nothing we can do to protect our children against learning how to shoot these guns. Well, here's a little bit of advice. One, don't actually buy the feckin' thing. Two, maybe you should cut down on your own feckin' guns, you know? The kids aren't learning to use guns from playing these computer games, they're learning to use them from the handgun that you've got hidden under your pillow. I mean, come on, you have to take a little bit of responsibility for these things. Okay? Yeah. And have I been going on for 15 minutes already? Christ. Oh wait, no, I've still got 4 minutes left. Okay, yeah. Bottom line. Take responsibility for your children. Take responsibility from the media that they watch. You know? You catch them playing these games, stop them from playing it. Take it off them. Set parental controls on their games console. Do stuff like that. Okay? You're not going to get anywhere without taking some responsibility for your actions. If kids are going around killing each other, then it's partially your fault for not taking proper precautions in the first place. I know I've probably gotten a little bit off topic while saying this, but, you know, it's my opinion, it's my ultimately scattered opinion, because I tend to say things before I think about them, and, you know, just say things as they come. Anyway, yeah. You can't blame the computer industry, you can't blame the ratings board, you can blame the Clore Starts if you really want, but ultimately, the blame falls down to you.